Let's try this one more time. Sorry about that, guys. That's the first time that's happened. Let's see if we can't get Anthony back in here really quick.
Reilly Stroud, what's up, buddy? I see you.
Here's
How
the
we
O.
looking? I'm looking at a big O on my thing. But anyway, so
We're
just
here.
long story short, yeah, we had an event in Atlanta scheduled May the 15th.
Yeah.
David Pollock from ESPN College Game Day. Davey's a real good buddy of mine.
Oh, nice.
Constantly busting on Michigan every
Yeah.
time. And so him and Richard Dolan from 10X headquarters, and dude, it got canceled. And so obviously we had to move it, kick it in the future. And
Yeah.
we were going to launch some online stuff. And we thought, man, with everything that's going on, what's it going to look like for us to get it launched now? And so, dude, we've just reached out to influencers and people that could add value to our audience. And dude, man, I've just been following you and what you're doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude, I'd love for you to
Appreciate it.
take a minute and tell everybody a little bit about what you've got going on and
Yeah.
what you're doing right now.
By all means, man. Right now, I'm sitting in my house with my family as hopefully they don't bother me for the next, whatever, 30 minutes. No, but I teach people how to upgrade how they operate as humans so they can elevate their lives in business. So it's deeper than just like mindset or habits, but it's a core identity work I do. But man, I'm a coach, speaker. I work with companies like Amazon and PG&E and large organizations, and I work with moms and dads and a little everybody in between. So I spend a lot of time. It's interesting. I spend a lot of time on stages. Like that's what I love to do is go talk. Like it's my second game, man. And so now I'm forced to be at home uniquely though, because I teach people how to shift. My company's called Identity Shift. I've been teaching people how to shift with the shifting times, man. So it's actually picked up business wise because I'm actually having clients like see the true value of what I do, which is awesome. And I got clients that are like, I have one client, she's almost hit 6 figures in a month from a new program that didn't even exist like 4 weeks ago. I got clients that are, actually launching products that have made like, $25,000 in like 3 days. So it's cool. And the only reason is because they learn how to shift with the shifting times.
So you've had to shift as well because there's no stages.
Yeah,
there's no stages right now.
There's
so
no
talk to me.
stages.
So talk to me about that. And I shared a little bit about our shift. We've been we were right in the middle of that. We had our live event scheduled with me and Davey and Richard Dolan at 10X headquarters, and this happened. And about 3 weeks ago, we said, how can we add value to our
people,
audience, our family, our tribe, our community? So talk to me, Anthony. How's that switch been for you? You teach it, now you're living it.
I live it.
How's that switch been for you?
Surprisingly easy and smooth. Like it's not, the thing for me is I'm really good at when I see an idea or I see an opportunity, I step into it, right? So there's different kinds of identities. We have slower go identity. It's like this quadrant I work people through. It's like, okay, I see where I fit, and I can share it if you want to. But really, for me, it's like I get to this point where like I see things and I'm like, oh, that'd be a cool idea, and I apply certain aspects. But one thing I'm highly aware of right now is where there used to be different battlefields. There's a live event battlefield, and a mastermind battlefield, and a telesummit battlefield, and seminars, and all these battlefields. Everybody's now in the same battlefield of social media and eyes. And when 9 o'clock hit, I refreshed my screen. There were like 16 new lives, all of a sudden we're 9 a.m. And so now you're having to learn. Noise is a big piece of it. So a lot of people, what I'm finding is, got to learn copy. How do I communicate my message and speak right and clear so people know what I do? How can I be consistent? Because a lot of people aren't consistent with a lot of stuff. They have an idea and I try it, and then how can I make sure I bring actual value, not what I hope is value. And so listening to people, extracting ideas and listening to problems, creating solutions to it. So my shift and pivot has really just been doing that. Like how can I get better at writing, speaking, clarifying what I do? How can I make sure I'm putting things out that are consistently put out there so they know I'm one of the real guys, not just a guy? And then how am I creating some value in the moment? Because you can't go out and say, hey, I'm going to help you change your life, over the next 12 months. Like everybody's like, hey, what's happening the next 12 minutes, bro? Like that's what I got to figure out.
Right now. You said this, and this is cool. So here's my 10X planner. I write my goals down twice a day. The very top, it says, what problem can I solve today? Talk to me over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Like put some handlebars on, like what are some problems, like specific things you've hit with even in your own life or clients, and how you've looked at it, solved the problem, and brought a solutions to the table?
I'll use my client as an example because she's the one I love what she's created so far. And I've been working with her for like 5 months-ish. And she has this brick and mortar business up in Canada. And she's, she's pretty much primarily there. But about 2017, she started doing what's called telehealth. distance therapy, right? And she kind of did it, but didn't really pick it up and scale. Then she hired me. He's like, hey, I really want to put this into the world at a bigger level here coming up. It's like, cool, let's do it. So we kind of built it. So what happened is everything shut down, right? But she was able, because we built the online portion, so she was able to get her clients from the brick and mortar into online. So she's safe and good, right? But then I was like, hey, you just got done, like, mining for gold. What if you start selling gold pans? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, why don't you just teach people what you just did? She's like, oh, no, that's not what I do. Like, I'm not that person. This is a month ago, Brandon Ken, a month ago.
Yeah.
Within like 3 days, I talked her into it. Like, you're going to build this, put it out to the world. She put it out. So she had it built. On a Wednesday, she had it launched. On the Thursday, we met. In the middle of our call Thursday, bing, email pops up. Her first sale is made. By the end of 2 weeks, she had 89 new people in. At this moment, she has 500 new people in. She's cleared $80,000+, and she's now literally the expert in her field in telehealth in 4 weeks. And nobody should have had this product program. So what I did was I said, what is the area where we can take advantage of something uniquely, not in terms of the problem, but in terms of sliding into a space where people need help because there's a fear, but you can provide an actual, genuine solution. Because a lot of people are sitting back saying, look, I don't really know how to do this thing. I need some help with it. But like, who do I trust? Where do I go? And then like, she super cheap. What she did, typically people charge thousands for. She charged like $200. Yeah. So like, she found a good little niche. And so she created something new that's leveraged new areas. So a lot of it, when it comes to these situations, is this is perfect. You have what's called a slow or go identity. There's a quadrant to them, but from the opportunity standpoint, either you see an opportunity and you look at it and go, oh man, that's just difficult. I'm a little bit scared. Let me wait and figure things out and contemplate this thing moving across this. Before you know it, the opportunity's gone. Or you're a person that says, hey, I'm a go an opportunity. Like, I see it like, oh, let me tackle it. And yes, sometimes you might tackle that fish and it bites you, or that animal scratches you, right? But sometimes you grab it and you catch it. And so if you're a go identity, you'll go after the opportunity and you'll figure it out as you go because you trust the person you bring to the next situation. So when I look at this thing, it's like I lean to people and say, are you a slow or go identity in these moments right now? When it pops up and it shows up, are you taking advantage of it? Knowing that now, there's no normal. Like anything you create or do, there's no definitive, there's no normal. You can ask what you want to ask because people are like, well, is that what people are asking now? Like, nobody knows.
Right.
So take advantage.
People ask me that all the time. Like, Ken, how do you charge for your coaching? I coach business leaders. And I love what you said just a minute ago, because our motto, I'm on a real estate team in Birmingham and in Atlanta. I coach business leaders one-on-one through Jocelyn Coaching. And then I do group online coaching through Grow Stack Drive. And people go, Ken, number one, how did you do what you do? And this is our motto on our team. Listen, we jumped off a cliff. We're building an airplane on the way down.
That's how it works.
Like we just this is what we're going to do. Like you see the opportunity. And I love what you said just a minute ago. And this is what I'd love for you to hit on. You said, seize the opportunity, jump on the opportunity before it's gone. Because even though we're at home and we're shelter in place and we're social distancing and all the stuff we're dealing with right now, things are moving so much faster on the internet. Speak to that the sense of urgency in the moment for you to seize what God's put on the inside or what's stirring on the inside.
Yeah, it's funny because we're on the same playing field. If somebody gets a similar idea, you won't even know you're the last one in the arena, right? Because it's already moving and operating. So for me, I think one of the beautiful things is I've learned, like I like the idea of concept of scared money doesn't make money. And so when I have an idea, I realize like, hey, this is a good idea. This could actually work. Let me go and invest in this. So there's two ways I can say good idea, but you know what? I'm scared. What if it doesn't go wrong? And I pull myself away from society. And the fear that I have around it is right now you need people that are one of two things. One, they're a life preserver, or two, they're going to be someone that helps you climb out of this. So when I'm seeing an opportunity, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to get tight, because what happens, I pull my ear from the street. And when this thing breaks, so what goes on, what's going to happen is going to be a starting line. And it's going to be like, go, you're out of your house, go. And some people are going to be at the starting line and take off running. The other people are going to be like, where are they going? And they're going to be like that because they pulled themselves away. So right now, when I'm seeing opportunity or insight or ideas, I step on them quick. And I so far have made good investments and good decisions and choices. But also investment isn't always money, right? The investment is like, maybe I need to learn that skill set because I didn't know beforehand. And when I come out of this thing, that may be the first thing people need, and I can take off and run. But I think if right now you get to the point of saying, I want to be successful, and I see something pop up or I have an idea, like I literally, like you have your little schedule. I have what's called a GPS planner I made. This is how I run my life. Like, come on, man. Very definitive, very dialed in. So if I see something, I pop it in, and I don't, here's the hard part. Now, because we're at home, it's like Netflix is dropping shows every day. You got Disney.
Constantly.
It's all day long. I got to be ruthless with my time.
Yes.
Like I've got to be. So if it pops in, I have to realize that, yes, I can choose to be comfortable now and let things pass and watch my shows and not do the work now. But then what happens when it comes out of this, if I choose to, I'm going to be sprinting later on to catch up. But if I do the hard work now, I can jog later on and be so far ahead that no one's ever going to catch me.
Come on. Hey,
So
that has been our message literally for the last 3 weeks on our Instagram Lives at noon, on our Growth Stack Drive webinar every Wednesday night. We had over 200 people on last Sunday and Wednesday talking about certainty versus clarity. Like we can't get certainty because we can't control circumstances. What we need is clarity. Yeah. And those people that put the work in now on the downturn, when this upswing hits, and it will, those are going to be the people that literally you'll see like on a rocket ship heading up
all day long
and growing. So
it's like I haven't thought about an ocean. This is an interesting metaphor I had. Like if you go to the beach and the ocean, everybody's at the shore, all trying to figure things out. It's not until you get deep in the water where it's scary to swim and there might be sharks that it all gets super clear. That's why people go snorkeling out there.
Yeah.
So you got to get in the depths of the water. That's when it clarifies for you. You got to go swimming.
Got to get in the deep end of the pool. Talk to me real quick, too, because you and I do a lot of the same work. And obviously, dude, just following you, I see the same passion. I see the same heart and desire. That's the one thing. And my one hope for social media through all of this is we actually use it for a deeper purpose and a deeper level instead of just surface level relationships. And it's allowed me to get connected with you. Dude, our lineup's been unbelievable. People who have come on our Instagram Live. It's allowed us to get to a deeper level relationship and find people that we wouldn't find before. Talk to me real quick about the importance, because I love what you said about your client doing the online thing. Talk to me about the importance of having a coach in your life.
Oh, that's paramount. I got a coach. Every time I get to a coach, I try to outpace what they can do so that I get to the level of the ends of their skill sets to get a new coach. I try to move past my coaches and I let them know early, like, look, I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I need to know what you know. I need you to press me so that at some point in time I don't need you. And it's not that I don't want to have a coach, but I want the one that stretches me even more. I've always been a guy like that seeks a new level. But here's the way I look at it. It's like I'm in the game. All of us are in the game, right? And we're like operating. I used to play in the NFL, right? That was my background. NFL guy, athlete. I was best athlete, one of the best in the world, what I do. But I had a coach. And that coach, he couldn't jog half as fast as I could do anything, right? He couldn't run. His full speed was my jog, essentially. Right. So, like, athletically, he couldn't perform how I could perform. And I think people misconstrue. You don't always have to have a coach that can perform like you can. But when I was in the game, I could only see this right here. Whereas a coach is in the box sometimes. He sees the field. Yeah. And so what I need in my life is someone that sees the field in ways that I'm not even looking at because I'm focused on the guy in front of me. And so a coach is paramount because they know what they can see that I can't see, but also they are able to hold me to whatever the playbook was, whatever the play for the game was. Right? I go into the game, here's the play, do the play. But if I start running, it's like, no, we didn't say go right, bro. We said go left. Like, you're right. Okay, I'll go back over here. And I'm still the athlete. I can perform well. But I need someone to give me the guidance, direction, and keep me on the play we've set.
Yes. Yeah, I just got off a Zoom call earlier with a client. And the one thing we tell our clients all the time is our role is to have that 10,000-foot view. Like we want that 10,000-foot view of what's going on in your life, what's going on in your business, what's going on in your family. So literally we're able to see several steps ahead of where you are. Talk to me real quick, Anthony, about like what do you see on the forefront of business? Like how do you see, because your whole thing is identity shift. Yeah. What do you see for you guys, identity shift, business shifting? Because we're in the middle of something that this is a worldwide thing. Everybody across the world is dealing with the same thing. Yeah. It's not just a region of our country or another. Everybody's dealing with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about, because you're a visionary. I can tell that already by listening to you, watching you, following you. What does that look like in the next 3 to 6 months for business owners and people like that you and I may coach? I think it's going to be is first off, for example, like Zoom platform. The Zoom platform's been around. I've been using it since like 2015, right? And it's one of those things where they had on average 10 million people average at any point in time using Zoom. They're now at 200 million on average, right? So what I think is people aren't realizing is like, one, we like to travel, like to go places, but people have a barrier of, I don't know that, so I don't even try that. I don't know how to experience that. I feel like we're going to see a big uptick in business and coaching and everything, because not only are people at home chilling, but they're being exposed
to new platforms, new people that they didn't even know existed because they didn't want to get in that arena. My mom and my mother-in-law, my grandmas are on Zoom having meetings and trivia games, you know? So there's going to be this entrance of removing the barrier of the technology aspect that we previously had to reaching people. Because now they're going to be, my kids are used to using this platform now. They're used to doing things at a distance. So people who are like, I don't get in the online world, they're in the online world now. So you're going to find this whole merging of this this insight and connection to an area we were already heading as humanity. They're now being delved deeply into like social interaction through media online, right? So it's a big piece of it. And then I think what we're going to find is going to be some, and we don't know what they are yet, there'll be some 10 to 20 new businesses that become multi-billion-dollar businesses in the next 10 years.
We saw it in 08, same thing.
Exactly, same thing. All these things popped up out of nowhere. And so what I think is going to happen next 3 to 6 months, I think we're going to see a lot of people creating something that we didn't expect. And what I would like to do in those moments is latch on. I want to find the company and man, put some money into it. You know, like, hey, go ahead and take like a couple $100,000 or so. Take a little bit of my money. And because you never know what's going to grow into. But I think as things change in the realm of what we do, coaching people also, like I'm big in teaching people to shift with these shifting times. The other part of it is typically I work in proactive shift. Hey, Anthony, I want to get better in the business. I want to make more money. I want to serve my clients. I want to create a new program. I want to fix my marriage. Now it's like I need to react to the situation. So I know for me, I'm going to be putting a lot of language of shift with the shifting times, which I'm already kind of leading out with. But as things come in, any coach can do this. It's not just me or what I do. As things adjust, we're going to be introduced to a problem that we don't know exists just yet. But if I can navigate how to shift with that shifting time, I'm the guy like, hey, attached to my sailboat, we're all heading this direction. So if you can be the sailboat when that time comes, I think those who are in the realm of coaching people, coach them on an aspiration that's tied to where you want to go. Yes, obviously, but also coach them on a, hey, the world's heading here. Follow me. I have a plan to get there. Because I think that's one of the things you can also this nowadays, you can't be a wing it kind of coach. You can't hop on and say, we're gonna figure something out. Like I have full out process. I know you do process, framework, structure, step 1 to step 50 if need be. You gotta create those so someone has faith in your ability to lead them because also there are a lot more coaches now. And will be a lot more coaches.
You know,
so
my guy Nate May is my business development guy. He worked for John Maxwell for about 15 years. I met Nate at a John Maxwell event in Chicago in 2000. He flew with John. He was his MC, and we got connected. Found out we lived 15 miles from each other. So we got a relationship. But one of the things Nate says a lot now is there's a lot of people talking, but very few people have stuff to say.
Oh yeah,
like there's noise out there, but like you said, who can help me navigate from where I am right now, times of uncertainty, which is where we are. And that's why we started this entire platform is to add value on my real estate side. Dude, what we've done is we've everybody that we've done real estate for the last 3.5 years with my teams is, dude, they get a personal phone call. Hey, this is Ken at Ken Johnson team. Hey, listen, just want to thank you. This isn't business related. Anything we can do to add value. If you've got any questions about your mortgage or even forbearance or any trying to help them, just adding, how can I add value to them now on this downturn? Because when the upswing hits, you better believe it because you added value to them in a time where it wasn't something, I didn't want something from you. And I tell our team all the time, if we'll learn to add value to clients, build a relationship with clients instead of them being transactional, you'll make more money in the real estate industry than you ever know what to do with, and it transitions into coaching as well. Hey, tell everybody, how can we find you? How can we get connected with you? What does that look like?
Yeah, I'm here on Instagram, man. If you click the button, you look at this guy. I'm the one who answers all my messages. I'm actually a human being behind the machine, we'll call it. And then outside of that, man, if anybody has any questions on what I do, there's links in my bio. Click those, and I promise everyone will lead back to me somehow. But, man, that's pretty much what I do. And I agree with everything you're talking about. I think the idea is, like, if you have those things in place, you can help a lot of people to be beautiful. Because not a lot of people have much to say, but they're forced to be online now. So, like, if you're forced to be here, like, and I also would say find a position or a person, like if it's Ken, find Ken, to pay attention to during these times. Like you want to have a through line. There's going to be a lot of different highways and freeways and stuff, but find the interstate. Find someone who's your interstate from point A to point B and just pay attention to them during this time. And when it breaks, serve people. And I like the connection point because, yes, even if they can't specifically think of what it was you did, there's an emotional connection to like that guy, that girl, like, yeah, she was there when I needed her. Be that person for people.
Right. I love what you said. And one of my guys said, he goes, everyone's a coach. It can be exhausting. I love what you said about your client. You helped do the online platform. What you did was, and I had a conversation with we were actually, it was at 10X headquarters with Grant I spoke for their licensee accreditation back at the end of January. And I met with one of the Cardone licensees, which I am as well. And I met with one of them for breakfast, and he had completely gotten out of the field he was very successful in to shift over to coaching a field he really didn't know a lot about.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just it's like, hey, why don't we slide back over here and do what you do and speak exactly what you did for your client to do the online? Why don't you teach these, because you're successful, teach the people that do what you do who are successful. So for those people that are looking for coaches, listen, find someone who's done something, not just someone who's saying something. Dude, Anthony, listen, dude, dude, you have an infectious attitude. Dude,
thank you, man.
Your smile, your attitude, your passion, just everything that I've learned, just even over the past month, following you, watching you do what you do. Dude, I'm looking forward to cultivating our relationship, number one. Dude, I'm looking forward to the day we get to share stage together. That would be an absolute blast.
Hey, it's always a blast, man.
I need to get you down here to Birmingham or Atlanta. We'll fire the Big Green Egg and the Traeger up.
All right.
Dude, we'll roll on some barbecue.
Y'all happy now.
Hey, so here, are you a hooper? Do you hoop?
I'm not a hooper big time, but I'll D you up.
Okay.
I'm not good on the 3-pointers, but I'll D you up.
So Davey just built his new house. He's moved in probably about 6 months, so he built a gym next door to his house in Athens. So we haven't played in about probably a month or so but every Wednesday night, dude, we're hooping and
Hey,
so Davey gets all his guys all the way down there.
Anything that involves movement, I'm not against. I like to run around, play around. When I played with the Steelers, we had a travel basketball team. Don't ask why. It was a weird thing. I used to go and hoop. The problem was sometimes I'd stop thinking I get a little too physical. Not that I get aggressive, but I'll go for the ball and dive. I'm a weirdo like that.
Yeah. That's how Davey is. That's how Davey is. It's fun. I'll go to game day with him a couple times a year, and on Fridays, like Herbie and Dez, because I'm a big Michigan guy, right? So they get the whole group together, and we'll hoop on usually on Fridays.
Oh, come
in between. Yeah. So that especially if we come out there.
Yeah.
Now that would be fun. So we obviously get college football going. I'll get a trip and come with Davey, and we'll get out to Oregon and we'll get some time to hoop together. But dude, listen, hey, I'm super grateful you took the time to be able to speak in the lives of our community and our audience today. And dude, love your heart, love your passion.
Thank you.
Dude, I'm praying for you, cheering for you over here on the East Coast. And keep doing what you do, my friend.
You do the same, man. Appreciate having me on. Seriously, I hop on a lot of these things that not like everybody has good energy or even asks good questions. So great job, man.
I appreciate it, Anthony. Thanks, buddy.
Welcome.
Knock it out. See you, man.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.